Hey, officer, wait a minute. I'm his attorney.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Hey, where did you guys sit down?
Well, then you tell me. What were you doing down there?
Leave me alone, Dad.
I will when you explain.
Look, I was there because I wanted to be.
That's no answer at all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Robbie, you know I'm not opposed to demonstrations per se.
Yes, Dad.
But breaking the law, that's something else. These people broke the law.
For a reason.
There's never a reason.
Look, I don't want to argue.
Of course not. Because your position is so weak.
Right. I'm weak and you're strong. We've already established that. I concede the fact up front.
Hey, I don't want that, Rob. You know I don't. Why can't we talk anymore? What are you afraid of?
Robert Cannon? Yeah. Come with me. I'm afraid of you, Dad. No kidding.
You've ruined my week.
I'm sorry, Jay.
Does your wife know of this mad misadventure?
Maria knows some of it.
Well, I've read your so-called letter of resignation from the firm, and I don't understand a word of it. You're the last man I suspect of creeping social consciousness.
It's been stewing a while. It doesn't take a genius to see there's a war going on in this country between old and young. And no matter how enlightened we think we are, we're all busy fighting it. Against our own kids, Jay. Our own kids.
And you think you can just walk in and join the other side?
No, it isn't a question of that. But the fact is, there's too little common ground left. But this may be one, and it's important. It's helping people, young people.
I believe in legal aid just as much as anybody else.
Legal aid with a difference. Neighborhood law office uses kids. These second and third year law students going right in the court. and defending clients.
Sounds appealing. But it may turn out to be less interesting than corporate law and making money.
It might.
All right. Go ahead. Get it out of your system. But when you want to come back, well, you won't need a resume. And you won't need this thing either.
Well, you know most of it already. I'll be director of NLO, Neighborhood Law Office.
Yes, I know that. It's like legal aid.
Mm-hmm. But the important part is the office will be staffed completely by young people, law students. There are quite a few law schools here in Boston offering the same program. Clinical law. The idea is to give these kids actual experiences, something they can't get in the classroom. You see, we happen to...
Excuse me, but which law school?
The one NLO works through? Burke Hall, of course.
Good old alma mater.
Well, the situation is particularly favorable here in Massachusetts because we've got a state Supreme Court ruling that allows students to go into court in a wide variety of cases, and... You really want to hear this?
Yes.
Well, there isn't too much more. Many of the other legal aid bureaus are federally funded, but the NLO is supported entirely by various foundation funds.
That's who pays our salary.
Yes. Oh, Maria, darling, there's one thing.
Darling, why not say it for dinner? I am starving. Let's go straight to Lockover's and let us have the world's thickest, juiciest...
The job pays $10,000 a year.
hamburger. Oh!
Aaron, would you keep your voice down? No, I won't keep my voice down. Why should I keep my voice down? Let him hear. Aaron, well, come into my office. We'll talk about it. I don't want to come in here. Aaron, you can't go around. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm leaving. I don't even want to talk about the party. Aaron, maybe you change your mind by tomorrow. No chance. Aaron, can I help you?
My name's Michael Cannon.
How are you? Aaron, would you stop this nonsense? Michael Cannon, oh my gosh. Excuse me, you're the new director. My name's David Harrison.
I know Sanford Harrison in Concord, Mass.
He's my father. Somebody stole my coat. Can you believe it? After all the years of suffering and scrimping and saving and studying, now I'm about to leave. Somebody stole my coat. It's incredible. I can't find my
Aaron
coat.
Silverman. Aaron, this is Mr. Michael Cannon, the new director.
Hello, Aaron.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Cannon? It's very nice to meet you.
You're quitting the NLO, huh? Why?
Oh, I don't think I better tell you.
Try me anyway.
Listen, Mr. Cannon, you're not even over the threshold yet. I don't want to spoil your honeymoon.
Go ahead, go ahead. I want to hear it.
Okay. It's a hype, that's why. It's a definite con game. This whole place should be busted for fraudulent advertising.
Aaron, that's your opinion.
Well, who else's opinion am I supposed to go by? By the way, I found my coat. Look, Mr. Cannon, I came into this place 2 months ago because I believed in some pretty posters I saw all over at the law school. The NLO needs you, baby. Action, excitement, for that same kind of real funky down-home involvement that you just can't get in the classroom.
Aaron, there's plenty of involvement.
Sure, you tell him, baby.
It's just that Mr. Evans, our last director, put the main emphasis on research.
You haven't been going to court?
We appear in divorce actions, things like that. The more serious cases get taken in by a regular attorney from legal aid.
Look, Mr. Cannon, let me tell you something. Let me tell you about a case that I worked on. I mean, I really worked on this case. I did everything humanly possible to prepare. I found precedents. I wrote a fantastic brief. I even bought myself a new shirt and a new tie so I would look just right when I went into court. And you know what happens? I come in here this morning and my friend David tells me, Aaron, some other cat is going to take your case into court. Some other lawyer from downtown with a beautiful home in the suburbs is going to take your case, my case, into court. And as sure as I'm standing here, he's going to blow it.
Aaron, all I can say is you have a right to be disappointed. But things may just change around here. I wish you'd stay.
I would like to believe you, Mr. Cannon. Sincerely, I would like to believe you, but I don't think that there's anything that you can do. I don't think that there's anything anyone can do because the cop-out is built in. It's in the system.
Well, if that's true, I just quit a very good job for nothing.
Well, you said it, Mr. Cannon. Not me.
Would you like to see your office?
What do you think, David? Do you think this thing is a big waste of time?
No, sir.
I keep thinking about what that boy Aaron said.
He's an activist, that's all. I know him pretty well from school. He came here looking for the same kind of trip that he got from demonstrations.
He should have had it. Have you gone to court on any of your cases?
Oh, well, no. Actually, my talents are more administrative. Keeping things running smoothly.
How do you keep up with your caseload?
Mr. Evans worked it out so that I didn't handle many cases.
Did he?
Billy?
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
How you doing?
Forgive us our trespasses, please.
You're just in time to meet the new director, Mr. Cannon, Ann Walters.
Hello, Ann.
Hello. How are you?
He can't be yours.
Oh, no. I'm babysitting for an ex-client of mine.
Oh, I see.
Come on, everybody back for cake. Come on. Hey, David? They called from the jail again, and they want us down there immediately.
Oh, great. Just when Aaron's gone and quit.
You what?
What's the trouble?
I was going to discuss this with you, Mr. Cannon. 2 musicians from Detroit are accused of robbing a cab driver, beating him. They fired their lawyer at the last minute, and the court recommended us.
Good. I see their former attorney has waived a jury trial. That was a mistake.
Notice the trial date, only 2 days from now.
Well, we'll move for continuance.
Well, they've had 2 already. The judge may not go for another.
And we'll just have to be ready on time. What does Aaron have to do with this?
Well, I was going to give him the case. The most incriminating evidence against them is this $86 they were found with. Frank Barron, the cab driver, reported $90 taken. The 2 musicians, Tucker and Vernon, claim they won a shooting pool. If anybody could check that story, Aaron could. He's sort of a pool expert.
Expert's a polite word for it.
I see. Well, it was a good idea. Who else is free? We should get someone down to that jail right away.
Well, that's just it. Everybody's tied up. Either classes or clients. Annie's busy.
How about you?
That's impossible.
Why?
Well, all the work I've got here.
You have clients scheduled?
Well, no, but
Classes?
not until morning. But for instance, all these cases that I have to go over with you.
I'll muddle through them, David. You go to jail.
Right now?
Right now.
Yes, sir.
Now let's get to work.
Oh, yes, sir.
My name's David Harrison. Oh, won't you please sit down? Which one of you is Otis Tucker?
I'm Tucker.
Then you must be Mr. Vernon.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's get started. You know, I haven't had much of a chance to review the case.
How old are you, man?
I don't really see how that relates.
You're a lawyer, ain't you?
Not quite. I'm a law student.
They said they're gonna send us a lawyer. You think? A lawyer.
Look, the only reason I'm here is to try to get the facts of your case, to come up with a line of defense. Now, we haven't got much time, so there's some questions I'd like to ask you.
Dang, man, the other dude was lame, but at least he was the real thing.
Hey, look, don't tell me.
Don't tell
You fired him.
I fired him. Man, you've been crying new lawyers for weeks.
Yeah, huh? You got rid of him. Now look what they sent us.
Shut up! I'm not going to sit here while you two bicker. I've got better things to do. Now, if you don't like me, I'm going to survive. You're the ones in trouble. You're the ones who have to go into court in 2 days, with or without a lawyer. It's too bad. It's really too bad. Because I just might be able to help you. But I'm not going to beg you for that privilege.
Hold it, man!
Come on,
Get him back.
talk.
Get him back.
Just, Dick, now we got him going. Now look what we into, man. Yes, baby. See, we had this other dude, Dick. He's gonna buy us off with 3 years if we plead guilty.
Are you?
Hey, man, all we did was ride in a cab. We didn't rob nobody.
Well, then don't plead guilty.
Yeah, well, we might put you on probation.
Okay, let's get started then, okay? You've got to tell me where you were and what you did on the night we was buried.
We're shooting a little chance.
Where was you?
Okay, everyone, in first position. And plie. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Very good. Very good. Ted, it was just what David needed. He's been hiding out in that office ever since he came to the NLO. And Mr. Cannon, he just seemed to know it.
Maybe he's a sadist.
Oh, Ted. Okay, everyone, demi plie.
Well, he might be. I see a little tin soldier trying to assert his authority from the start.
Oh, you would. Everybody in the middle. Come on, everybody in. And everybody be graceful little swans. Very graceful. Come on, everybody float right around. Float around. I see a warm, intuitive man who's determined to revitalize that semi-stagnant neighborhood law office.
Well, you would.
Stephanie, you're not floating. Come on. Everybody float over and pick up your coats, and I'll see you all next week. Okay? Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
I'm going to caption that picture. 23 going in 80. What's the trouble?
Hello, Ann.
Who is he?
It's Mr. Cannon. And don't you dare bug him.
Oh, Mr. Cannon, what in the world are you...
David told me where to find you.
Oh, David told you. Oh, I'm just so surprised to see you. I mean, this is my fiancé, Ted Robinson. This is, Michael Cannon.
How do you do?
Hello, Michael.
You know that's the first time I've heard my name all day. I was starting to feel about 90.
I just told her she was 80. I'll have to start checking IDs.
Don't pay me attention, I don't. Just, what brought you down here?
Well, I've got a job for you. It ought to be done tonight.
What is it?
This cab driver case. David talked to Tucker and Vernon this afternoon. They claim the cabbie let them off in front of a liquor store on Shawmut Street.
Yeah, that's right down here in Roxbury. I mean, I have quite a few clients down here.
Here's a picture of Tucker and Vernon. Seeking to dig up a witness, someone who saw them pay the driver, something like that. But we need it tonight. Good. We're having a staff meeting to brainstorm this case at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
9 o'clock. Oh, 9 o'clock. Hey, I'm babysitting at 9 o'clock. I promised Mrs. Wilson I'd babysit. Well, I guess I could bring them along.
No, don't do that.
I beg your pardon?
Don't bring the children to the office.
Why not?
Because we're lawyers, not social workers. I'm sorry.
I've been telling her the same thing for the past few months.
It's a question of having promised.
Anne, I think it's a question of who you are.
And I have all the way till 9 o'clock in the morning to make up my mind.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Nice meeting you, Ted.
He's right, honey. You've been stretching it too thin. Babysitting, dance classes in the ghetto, driving people to work. What are you trying to prove?
Just leave me alone.
I won't. I happen to love you. And I know what's under all that amateur social work. You are a dentist's daughter from San Francisco, trying to make up for every good time you've ever had.
Just leave me alone, Ted. Just leave me alone.
Because we've taken precautions to make sure that there is trouble, they have a way of getting out. Now, if there is trouble, the police should come in. Make sure that your people don't fight back, because that's... I don't believe it.
Hello, Aaron.
You have blown my mind.
Well, nothing permanent, I hope.
What are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Here?
Sure, I can't think of a more likely place than a man's office.
Listen, distribute these. Give them to your people. Make sure they understand what they're supposed to do. Well, I'd like to talk to you, Mr. Cannon, but I can't right now because we're going to be moving out in about 10 minutes.
Well, if I'm successful, you won't be going.
Oh, come on. I thought we were going to be friends.
I don't need your friendship. I need your help.
My help?
We're defending two men on a charge of robbery.
Yeah, I know the case. I worked on it before I left. A taxi driver, two men come in and...
Yeah, well, David went down to jail on it today. I was hoping that maybe...
What did you say?
David went down to jail on it today. Now, what we desperately need is a witness, someone who saw them win that money shooting pool.
Shooting pool? Well, why didn't you say that in the first place, Mr. Cannon? Then it would have made everything really clear to me.
You know a player called Leon? That's who they claim they won the money from.
No, I never heard of him.
Well, if you could ask around as soon as you can.
I'm going to be busy as soon as I can.
The demonstration.
Right. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, is there, Mr. Cannon?
No, it's a symbolic act on behalf of an abstract ideal.
An abstract ideal to you, but to me it's important.
Don't tell me what's important, Aaron. I've got two men sitting in a jail cell. They're coming up for trial the day after tomorrow. They need evidence.
Mr. Cannon, what you fail to accept is the fact that I have already quit the NLO.
All right, everybody, outside. We're moving out.
Well, no one's asking you to come back. We need a job done. You can do it better than we can. It's that simple.
Yeah, right. Okay, Mr. Cannon. Bye.
Let's go. Let's move out. Everybody on the street. Let's go.
Nobody tells you what to do. Do they, Aaron?
Let's go. Let's move out. Everybody on the street. Let's go.
Looking for someone?
No. Oh, this picture tube is not what it should be.
How did it go? Your first day and all.
Fine.
Well, what's it like? It must be quite a change.
Oh, yes. It is.
Thought you'd be more enthusiastic.
Oh, like, oh, you should see it, Rob. Wow, we're really helping humanity. Hmm?
Yeah, I guess.
Can I buy you that cheap?
Nope.
Well, then don't ask. And I'll tell you something else. I don't know if I like it yet. I may go back to that old money-grubbing corporate law firm. How's that?
Pretty straight.
find some beer in the fridge. Huh? Come on.
You got a lot of guys named Leon. What's he look like?
Well, I don't know.
Go to meet a guy for a game, you don't know what he looks like?
Well, you see, the match was arranged for us by mutual friends, Otis Tucker and Wendell Vernon.
Wendell. A black guy, musician out of Detroit.
That's right, and they were in here with Leon about a month ago. I'm positive of that.
Wait a minute. Leon. Not Leon. You mean Lee.
I do?
That's the best one I heard all month. The guy you're looking for. His first name is Lee. His last name is On, A-H-N. Leon. You get it? He's some kind of an Oriental. Didn't your buddies tell you that?
Well, I guess they didn't notice.
They didn't notice. Oh, boy.
Well, is he here now?
No, not this early. Come back later. Didn't notice.
Yeah, I remember those two guys. Wendell and Otis.
Well, you see, the thing is, Wendell and Otis are in a lot of trouble because of that $100 they won from it.
Who said they won $100 from me?
Well, that's what they claim.
Never happened, baby. Those two dudes couldn't get a dime from me on the best night they get.
Oh, golly. I've been practicing that draw shot for about a month now, and I just can't seem to make it work.
Play?
Well, just around the fraternity house, I'm considered quite a shark.
Yeah. I am sorry I couldn't help your friends out.
Oh, that's all right. I guess they just exaggerated. Hey, Lee. Do you think that you could watch my stroke and maybe give me some pointers? I would really appreciate that.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, is it okay if I put my coat away first?
Be my guest.
Yes, I remember them. They came in near the closing time. You know what they bought? Champagne.
Champagne.
French champagne. Expensive. We never sell. And that is how I remember.
Well, do you remember them getting out of a taxi cab?
Yes, I think I see one.
Vaguely, you can really help us if you can testify. Look, I'm going to give you an address.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello.
Mi tocar.
Cartonia, cred, Percy. Qui vet Francia champagne, acurește. Îmi chisic.
Here, I'm going to give you, there's the address and a telephone number if you need any more information. Okay? And thank you so much, Mrs. Wrigley.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Say,
baby. You not from around here?
Hell if I'm not, brother. Lived here all my life. Excuse me.
Say it. My draw shot certainly has improved since last night.
That's for sure.
Hey, Lee? How am I going to explain it to him? How am I going to make the guys back at the fraternity house believe that I played all night long with a real pool expert and won $400? Hey, wait a minute. I got a great idea, Lee. Well, why don't we play another game of 9-ball? I'll give you a chance to win back your money.
No, I'm fine.
Oh, Lee, you've got no endurance. How long did it take Otis and Wendell to beat you out of $100? They must have really hurt your pride, huh?
Yeah. Tell me something. What is it you really want, huh? What?
I want you to testify. Because you're a sporting man like me. And because you dig a sporting gesture.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, I might be needing a favor from you someday.
You won the money. You take it.
All right, but if you ever want to talk to me, if you change your mind, I'm going to put this in your pocket. Thank you for the pool game.
You're welcome, sport. Now, here are the things we know. Otis Tucker and Wendell Vernon, two unemployed musicians from Detroit, never been to Boston before. They got into Frank Barron's cab in Harvard Square, Cambridge at 10 p.m., having won $100 shooting pool.
Do we have a witness to that?
Not yet, but we're working on it. Frank Barron, between 10 p.m. and midnight, drove them to Lexington and Concord.
They were sightseeing?
As a matter of fact, that's exactly what they were doing, sightseeing.
A woman named Mrs. Zagley remembers seeing them. They got out of the cab and came into her liquor store. It's all right in there.
Thanks, Annie. Sit down.
That's a big help, if the woman will testify.
Oh, she'll be there. You know, the one thing that bugs me is, why would they spend so much time with a taxi driver? I mean, if you're going to rob someone.
That's a good point. We should make every effort to impeach a cabbie's testimony.
But he did get beaten up.
Maybe in a bar fight. It happens all the time.
I think someone should at least check the bars near the cab company. See if there's one Mr. Barron frequents.
I'll do it.
Good. You'll need a picture of him.
I think I've got his file right here.
Why would the taxi driver do this? Oh, I guess I'm just naive or something, but basically what we're saying is that he's lying. He's trying to pin an assault and robbery charge on two human beings. Now, what kind of man does that?
I don't know, Annie.
Well, I wish I did. I wish I knew Mr. Frank Barron.
Where to, miss?
Boston, Park and Tremont.
Doing your homework, huh?
Sorta.
Secretarial school?
No, law school.
No kidding. Hey, where at?
Recall.
Hey, that's real wonderful. Law school. It's real unusual.
No, not really.
Why, sure it is. I mean, well, you know, for a girl in law, it must be a scholarship.
No, I'm not.
I get lots of scholarships for minorities these days, you know. Makes it real easy, real easy. I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. Of course, it's kind of a raw deal for the rest of us.
You really think so, huh?
Well, sure, you take my son. He couldn't afford to go to school. He couldn't get a scholarship. He got this letter, see? Letter said that the quota was filled for that year. Quota, that's what they call it. So, he got drafted. Well, I guess that's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, from what I understand, a few black people have been drafted.
Oh, now look, I got nothing against your people. I'm not a prejudiced man.
Oh, I can see that.
They fought side by side with my son in Vietnam. His commanding officer was colored.
Colored?
Hmm? Yeah. Here's a picture of Ron, my son, when he got the Bronze Star.
You must be awfully proud of him.
Yeah, you bet I am. He's only been back about 3 months.
Is, this your daughter?
No, that's just a friend. Say, I hope you, didn't misunderstand anything I said, you know. I mean, I think you Negroes are okay people. Like you, I mean, you know.
Like me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
But education, that's the answer.
I heard that someplace before.
These college kids making trouble all the time, they don't know how lucky they are. Well, my son would have given anything to get in, anything. I mean, you can't change things overnight. This kind of thing's got to be done gradually. Don't you think so, miss?
No, as a matter of fact, I don't.
Well, let me tell you something, miss. All these demonstrations are not going to work. This is no place for a revolution.
I think the barroom fight theory is our best chance. If he really had some arguments in there.
Well, the bartender said so, but he won't testify, so.
Well, I wish I knew it was keeping Mrs. Agley. I sure hope she didn't get lost.
Mr. Cannon?
Yes.
My name's Leon. A guy named Aaron said you'd be here in court today. It's about those two musicians. They want $100 from me. Shooting pool.
Are we glad to see you, Mr. On?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Aaron! I can only give you 1 day. I've got a big game in Philly.
Don't you worry. We'll get you on the stand today. You'll catch your plane. Would you mind going in? We'll be right there.
It really is.
Thanks.
Oh, it was nothing, Mr. Cannon.
Stay and watch, Aaron.
No, I can't. I'm a very busy man. But I'm sure Mr. Cannon will take it into court and be eloquent.
Oh, not me, Aaron. David's taking the case into court.
Huh?
Why, you interviewed the clients. Naturally, you'll follow through.
Mr. Cannon, I don't think I can,
I assumed you'd want to.
I think I'll stick around.
I'll see you in court.
District Attorney for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts moves for trial on indictment number 4B174, robbery, and indictment number 4C175, assault and battery, of Otis Tucker and Wendell Vernon.
Is the defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor, and would like to make a motion at this time.
Just a moment.
Man, can you dig this cage? It's like we're Ice Pick Willie or somebody. Don't be so grand, Wendell. They do the same for everyone in the state.
Is the NLO attorney in charge present in the court?
Here, Your Honor.
Very well. You may proceed with your motion, young man.
Your Honor, this case was transferred to the NLO only 2 days ago. We would like to request a continuance of 2 weeks to allow us time for further preparation and research.
This case has already been continued on 2 separate occasions. I'm afraid that justice cannot be forestalled indefinitely simply by changing lawyers. Motion is denied. Mr. Ross?
Your Honor, we call Detective Sergeant Robert Miller, robbery detail, Boston Police Department.
I showed the suspects the warrant at the time of arrest.
And although they were asleep at the time you entered, they were fully aware of its contents?
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
The Commonwealth calls Ron Barron to the stand.
Ron Barron?
That's his son, all right. He showed me the photograph in the taxi.
Place left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Take a stand.
Thank you.
Now, Ron, by way of introduction, will you tell us what you've been doing for the past 13 months and where?
I've been in South Vietnam, Ankara. I was corporal in 1st Cavalry Division.
I believe you were decorated there.
Yes, sir.
I understand you hold the Bronze Star?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, Ron, can you describe in your own words the events of Friday night, December 12th?
My wife and I were watching TV waiting for my father.
Would you please speak up, young man?
We were watching TV waiting for my father.
Your father lives with you?
Yes, sir. We live with him.
Oh, go on, please.
It was 12:30. He came in with blood now.
And what did he say at that time?
He said these 2 Negroes held him up in his cab.
Did he say anything else?
He said that one of them made a bad mistake and called the other one by his first name.
And that name was?
Wendell.
Where's the lady from the liquor store?
I don't know, but I think I better go and call her.
And when did your father call the police?
Oh, it was about half hour.
He waited until he got home rather than stopping at a phone booth?
Yes, well, he was in no condition to call anyone at first.
Well, then you would describe his injuries as pretty serious, then.
He was beaten pretty badly.
And yet he didn't seek medical attention. At least there's no record of it here.
No. He's called a hard nose. He doesn't like doctors, so he was home for a week anyway.
And you took care of him?
Yes, sir. I've had some experience in the war.
Thank you. No further questions.
Mrs. Zagley's not coming.
Why not?
Her husband said no. I tried to talk to him, but he just hung up on me. Maybe we could subpoena her.
No. If she's here against her will, she can only hurt us. Sometimes it happens like that, Annie.
So then I said, why don't you stay? Huh? Give me a chance to win it back. Say, Tucker says, no, we're going to quit ahead for once. And then they left.
Having won how much?
Close to $100.
Thank you very much. Your witness.
Mr. Ron, would you describe yourself as a good pool player?
I'm okay at it.
I think you're being a bit too modest, Mr. Ron. Isn't it true that you make your living playing pool?
Well, sometimes.
Yeah, you don't lose very often.
Oh, now and then, yeah. 3 days ago, I really got beat.
You keep a written record of your winnings and losses?
You're kidding.
But you spend all your time in a pool hall. You play against, what, 10 to 15 opponents a day, and some games go on for as long as 24 hours. And don't the details run together in your mind?
Listen, I know what's going on every second.
Mr. Ron, when were you last in jail?
Not since March.
There goes our witness.
I'm sorry.
Not your fault.
Oh, David's doing great.
Yes. But we're not.
Mr. Tucker, what did you see that night?
You serious?
Yes. Tell us what you saw.
North Church, right? And we saw this place where they buried Samuel Adams' father. See, wow, a couple of meeting halls, right? And one of them had a subway downstairs.
The Old South.
Yeah, I guess so. And I saw a ship, this big ship, the USS Constitution, right? And there's a big thing on Bunker Hill, right? It looks like a rocket. Saw that?
And it didn't matter that you couldn't go inside any of these places.
Yeah.
Why didn't you wait until morning?
Wait for what? I don't want to wait. I mean, couldn't wait, man. We had the bread, we got in the cab, and we went. Come on, you can dig it.
Yes, I think so. Thank you. Your witness.
Sightseeing?
Yes.
From 10 to 12 p.m.?
Yes.
And it never struck you that people might find that implausible?
Yes. I guess we should have done something a little more natural. But at the time, we just didn't know we were going to be asked.
We have no further questions, Your Honor.
Court will adjourn for lunch until 2 o'clock.
It's bad because it's David's first case.
Oh, Aaron, it could have all gone differently if Mrs. Vegas...
How about taking a picture of the war hero with this old man?
There's our cabbie friend.
Great.
Looks like he's having the time of his life.
Oh, hey, how about a picture with the hero's little wife, huh? Oh, come on, Tommy. Oh, I want to give you the number of the cab company.
He said she was a friend of his.
What are you talking about?
Aaron, he said she was a friend.
So what?
The photograph. Oh, the photograph in the cab. Oh, Aaron, come on. Yes?
Hello, Mrs. Barron. My name is Aaron Silverman. I'm with the NLO with all the picture taking and everything over at the courthouse today. I didn't have a chance to talk to your husband, so I thought I'd stop by the house and see if I could talk to him here.
Oh. Well, he's not home right now. You can come in and wait for it.
Thank you. I'd like that very much.
I take your coat?
Sure. I expect that you and Ron will be going back to court this afternoon to see Ron's dad testify again.
No. It makes Ron nervous down there. I sent him shopping to calm him down.
You sent him shopping, huh?
Yeah. I'm sorry, this place is a mess. I just didn't have time to clean it up this morning. Have a piece.
So you sent him shopping, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that ought to do it.
May I offer you a refreshment?
I'd like that very much.
All we have is beer.
Oh, I like beer.
Yeah? I hope you don't mind the bottles. Every glass in this kitchen is dirty.
Better for you that way.
What?
I said whatever easiest for you is okay with me.
Yeah? I can never do it.
Let me do it.
Oh.
See? Go on.
Thank you. Goodness, you've got a scar.
Well, I didn't always have an opener. You must be very happy to have your husband back home again, safe and sound.
Yeah. We're very grateful.
I like your place. I really like it. It's very warm. It looks very lived in.
Belongs to my father-in-law.
I see. What did you do? Did you live here with your father-in-law while Ron was overseas?
Yeah. It isn't safe for a girl alone these days.
No, it certainly isn't.
Well, I didn't know anything about a tour. They had a map and they told me where to drive.
You didn't think that was strange, Mr. Barron?
Well, they were well dressed. I figured they were good for it. Besides, the law says I can't refuse service.
All right. Are you familiar with a place called Kenny State Street Pub? It's a bar.
Yeah, I know it.
You're in there fairly often, are you not, Mr. Barron?
Now and then.
3-4 times a week when you get off work, right?
Your Honor, is this line of questioning relevant?
Mr. Harrison, enlighten us.
Your Honor, I feel certain the relevance of this line of questioning will be apparent within a very short time.
See that it is. You may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're in Kenny's almost every night, are you not?
Yeah.
And sometimes, as it happens, in a bar, an argument takes place. Politics, religion, anything.
Yeah, I suppose.
And sometimes the argument becomes a fight, does it not?
You're barking up the wrong tree, Sonny.
Just answer the question, Mr. Barron.
Yeah, sometimes there's a fight.
Have you ever been in a fight at Kenny's, Mr. Barron?
I can't remember.
Weren't you in a fight there just 3 months ago with a customer named Sanders?
Yeah, I was in a fight. So what?
Well, I was just wondering if you can recall. Did you happen to be in Kenny's on Friday, December 12th?
You don't know what he's been through.
Oh, I'm sure it's been rough.
Yeah. It's been terrible. I mean, all that killing? It's no wonder that he's had trouble adjusting.
Well, what's
Hey, look, you can tie matches to my dress.
I don't understand what you mean. What kind of trouble adjusting?
Oh, keeping a job. Having to take orders, from men who were younger than him. Men who didn't even serve any... Hi, honey. Can I help you with those?
Hello? Ron? My name is Aaron Silverman. I'm with the NLO.
What does that stand for?
The Neighborhood Law Office. We represent Otis Tucker and Wendell Vernon.
You've been talking?
I thought he was a reporter.
Well, I have to ask you to leave.
I just wanted to ask you a few questions. I thought would be pertinent to my case.
I don't like to be rude.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for the beer and everything. I really enjoyed myself.
Ronnie?
He's not knowing, man. You go away, and you start imagining things.
He knows what happened. I told him.
Did she tell you? Did she? Let me talk here, Ron. Let me talk here. You gotta be honest, man. All those lies. You know, that's what they are, no matter what she told you. They're lies. Look at her. It's all for nothing.
Your Honor, at this time, the defense would like to recall Frank Barron to the stand.
Recall Frank Barron.
David, listen to me. I still don't think you should use it. It's dangerous. You're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble.
It's our only chance.
Listen, will you check with Cannon first?
Hey, would you go to the doctor about that?
Forget about that, will you? Check with Cannon.
It's too late now. Now, would you get back to your seat before they throw you out of here?
Mr. Harrison.
What happened to you? Nothing. Hey, what...
Now, Mr. Barron, we were talking about how you had your son take care of you after the incident rather than a doctor.
Yeah, that's right, he did.
You and Ron are very close.
Absolutely.
You'd do anything for him.
Anything in the world, believe me.
Oh, I do. A lot of kids these days treat their parents with contempt. No family feeling. Ron's not like that, though, is he?
No, thank God he isn't. He's a fine man.
And because of this strong family unity, you did an unusual thing while Ron was in Vietnam. You took his wife, Bonnie, in to live with you.
That's right.
Was it hard? I mean, was it difficult? Were there many other people in the house?
Oh, just me.
Just you and Bonnie.
Yeah.
And you're all still living there together, right? All three?
Yeah, that's right. Of course, Ron and Bonnie are going to move out the end of the month.
I suppose you'll miss them.
Yeah, I'll miss having her around. Ron and Bonnie.
Mr. Barron, do you ever fight with Ron?
Your Honor, may we approach the bench?
You may.
Hey, if David continues like this, he could get himself in a lot of trouble.
He might.
Mr. Cannon, why don't you just take over for him?
He'd be in much more trouble if I did that.
Your Honor, I'm not going to make an objection, but I am a trifle confused by this line of questioning.
Yes, I am also.
I can't blame Mr. Harrison, actually.
Thank you.
But perhaps due to his inexperience, he fails to...
Your Honor, I have a definite goal in mind with this line. I want to suggest that there is more than one possible explanation for Mr. Barron's injuries.
See that you do so within the bounds of decorum.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very well. You may continue.
May I have the last question read again, please?
Ever fight with Ron?
I don't understand the question.
Well, it seems simple enough, Mr. Barron. Do you ever fight?
Oh, we have arguments now and then.
Like you when you're down at Kenny's?
No, nothing like that. Disagreements.
Well, over what?
Well, I can't remember every time.
Well, take the last time, for example. Mr. Barron.
That was something silly. I can't remember all the details. I was taking care of some property for him while he was overseas, and I guess he wasn't happy with the way I handled it, that's all.
Ron got pretty mad, I guess.
No, it blew over right away, nothing to it.
Is it any different these days when he gets mad? I mean, from before he went in the Army?
Well, I don't know what you mean, different.
I mean, he's been killing people, Mr. Barron. I wouldn't want to get in a fight with him. What's he been like to live with since then, since he came back? Tougher, would you say?
No.
He's had 3 jobs in 3 months. Is that correct?
Well, he had trouble adjusting. Anybody would.
Does he blame you for any of his troubles?
What troubles?
Mr. Barron, what were you supposed to take care of while Ron was in Vietnam? What was the exact nature of this property?
We had an investment. He wanted me to take care of things. I guess he figured I did it wrong. Because he was away, see? Otherwise, nothing would have happened. I'm surprised Ron even trusted me. I got no head for business.
Mr. Barron, did your son beat you up?
That's a lie. They beat me up. They got in my cab, and they made me drive around. And they made me drive around until we found a dark spot. And then they beat me, and they beat me, and they robbed me.
You should tell the truth.
He shouldn't be here, Your Honor. Somebody tell him he shouldn't be here.
You shouldn't tell a lie. It won't help me. I almost killed a man today. For nothing.
Now, don't listen to him. He hasn't been well. He went through a terrible experience. It's terrible. You can't hold him responsible. I don't hold him responsible. I love him. They're responsible. It's their fault.
Wait a minute. I'm not going to give anybody any champagne till I'm absolutely positive that you appreciate the great job that this young lawyer did for you in there today.
Oh, we're here, ain't we?
We appreciate it. Of course, now there were a couple little flaws, but I think I can straighten the kid out for next time.
Who's your friend? Who's your friend?
Mr. Silverman, does that mean you're going to rejoin our old established firm?
Well, I thought I might, mainly because of our newly established leader.
Is that yes or is that no?
Yes.
I'll drink to that. You know, I don't want to bring nobody down, but what's going to happen to Barron?
I don't know, Otis. It depends on whether or not the DA decides to press perjury charges against him.
Yeah, well, why he wanted to bust up?
Because you saw him on the stand. He just couldn't accept the fact that his own kid beat him up. He just couldn't do it, and he had to explain his bandages to his buddies.
Yeah, but why else we didn't do nothing to him?
Oh, he was just frightened, that's all. I mean, he's just not ready for change.
Excuse me. Ann? David? Aaron? I see you a minute.
Whoa, the bottle. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. You know, next time, we better ride that streetcar.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You did a fine job. And you did it together. Next, you'll be taking this office. I'm leaving.
What, Mr. Cannon? You can't do that.
To take another office across the hall. Since you work so well as a team, I see no reason why you shouldn't continue. Fix it up any way you like. So long as there are no administrative files, children, or games of chance.
Silverman. Harrison.
Walters.
Sounds good to me.
I can dig it.
We're a firm.
Prove it.
I can do some wild things in this office.
I'm gonna take this. This is mine. Now wait.